What up, man? It's your big brother K-Rino. I was going through some things a minute ago. Look, man, don't fuss at me because I know what time it is. If you're on the East Coast, it's almost 2 a.m. If you're down in the central time zone like we are, it's almost 1 a.m. If you're on the West Coast, it's a little bit better. Ain't but 10 something, going on 11. If somewhere across the world, it's probably the morning time. So that ain't too bad either if you're a morning person. But as for me, I'm not a morning person. But we're here, man, and I'm gonna let a few people get in, and then I will try to explain what happened last night, which I still can't explain. Yeah. So hit the like button, and y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't. As you can see, we got a lot to talk about. I think we got a lot to talk about. I think we got a lot to talk about. Kind of rude to just get up and walk off. I apologize for that. All right, man. Y'all click the like button when y'all come in, man. We'll get a little open topic action in last night. I didn't get a chance to really go into detail about everything I wanted to talk about last night. I might revisit it or I might not at some point. But either way, I'm going to chalk that one up to technical difficulties, even though I ain't really still really sure. But, you know, we'll see. All right, man. Open topic, but I do want to talk about this album. I do want to talk about this album. So, shout out to Lester Smith. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the donation, my brother. Big respect and salute to you as usual. Look, the new album with the homie Tragic in Canada is called Path of Destruction. Path of Destruction. Oh, my bad. I guess if I'm a type, I need to be typing it somewhere. Path of Destruction. All the trash and corruption about to be smashed into nothing. Pre-orders August 7th. So y'all get ready. Pre-orders are August the 7th. And I'm looking forward to y'all hearing this one. I'm looking forward to y'all hearing this one. For August the 7th, y'all will be able to go to the website and get your physical copies going, because y'all know how we do it on this end. Man, I want to tell y'all something too. We're going to get back to talking about the new album, but I saw something at this event last week, man, that almost brought tears to my eyes. Tears of joy. I wanted to cry. I seen this young brother at this event I was at. Not only was he selling CDs of his new project, he was selling cassettes. And like I told somebody else, man, I don't even know where I don't even know who pressing up cassettes. But that man was selling cassettes, bruh, and was pushing them. And I was like, I didn't see him there at the event. I only saw him later on online. I didn't see him. I didn't even see him while I was there, but I saw like, man, he was there. And I was looking at the screen like, so proud. I'm so proud of him. I didn't even know the brother. I was like, I'm so proud. But yeah, keep physicals alive. Hey, y'all hit that like button real quick. Hold on a second, y'all. Talk among yourselves. What did I miss? What did I miss, y'all? All right, man. Let's get it on. All right, here's the deal, man. The Path of Destruction album. I need to find something real quick because I don't really know I don't I don't got the track list. I don't have a track. Man, I don't have a track list in front of me, y'all. Okay, what I will say this. This is what I'll say. We got about 18 songs on this album, bro. An album that started off supposing to have only 12, 13 songs, ended up with 18 tracks. So I think y'all gonna like it. And another thing, this is the second collaboration with me and Tragic. Tragic produced all of the beats. Y'all know Tragic from the 7 Hour Block album. For all the people who show love on the 7 Hour Block, that was me and Tragic. This is the second installment of our collaboration history. And to be honest with me, I don't know how y'all felt about 7 Hour Block. I personally received a lot of good um, critiques. You know, most people I talk to, they like the album, you know. But I want to say about this one, and I know what people gonna be thinking. Oh man, I know you're gonna always say. People gonna say the part two of the movie is better than part one, but part two is rarely ever better than part one. But sometimes it is. So just to let y'all know, I believe that this album, the second collab with me in Tragic, to me is way better than the first one. Now, some might say, well, man, maybe it's because, well, no, I ain't gonna say, I ain't gonna say some might say that because y'all don't really know. Well, I told a few of y'all last week, but we got some cool features on this album. And y'all know I don't do a lot of features lately. I haven't been doing a lot of features the last few projects, but you know, we got some cool features on this project, and I believe that those features make the album a better album as well because you got legends on the features. The three features that we have on this album are absolute legendary status, legendary, certified legendary individuals on this album. It's not even a debate. Um, Man, I just thought about something. We have features on this album. Man, I just thought about that. I guess we should have had four features on this album instead of three because we got a West Coast legend, we got a Midwest legend, and we got a down south legend. Only thing missing is an East Coast legend. We got every region covered except the East Coast. But despite it all, man, I'm telling you, man, I really feel like we got some cool surprises on this album, man. Really proud of how it came out. So August 7th, y'all will be able to pre-order. See, I said that right before I saw Dead TV's post. August 7th will be the day the pre-orders pop off. But in the meantime, some of y'all haven't got the industry album yet. So you need to go and make that happen too. Y'all haven't even picked up the industry album yet. So y'all can go get that right now. Shout out to MC Josiah. I appreciate you, man. With the love as usual. Says, what's up again, K-Rino? I want to say that I'm working on a collab track I want to do with you soon. Made a few instrumental ideas, but now I'm trying to perfect the lyrics. Yeah, just let me know whenever you're ready. Let's get it on. You know what it is. Let's get it on. Yeah. JD, man, look, and JD, we didn't even know you was going to be there. JD said, glad I got to meet Tragic at Trillburger. Yeah, we pulled up to Trillburger, and I look up, I see JD standing out there. This was back when Trillburger was kind of first popping off, and it was like a line outside every day. I look up, I see the homie JD in the line, man. So, yeah. And it just so happened, like you say, Tragic was in town for those few days. Yeah, so that was cool. We got a few videos coming from this album as well. We got the video with the song with Devin. We got a video for that, and I think we got one for Path of Destruction, one for the title track. So I know we got those two. Feel like we did another one. I feel like we did another one, but I'm not sure. But I know it's those two. Yeah. Okay. So y'all get ready for that album, man. I got the cover on this thing, this live stream that we're on right now. But we'll be talking about the album coming out throughout. But this is an open topic too, so if y'all want to get into some of that stuff, we can. I'm still tripping, y'all, because y'all seen what happened last night. Last night was weird, man. I hadn't even started really going where I was going. I was going there. But I hadn't even got warmed up yet, and I lost the connection twice. So, like I say, when I came on just now, I was like, well, you know what? Maybe it was technical difficulty. But so far, so good tonight. So, man, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. Raise your hand if you saw this past week's episode of the Underground Dialogue podcast. Raise your hand if you saw that episode. If you haven't, go watch it. We got a homie on there named Fleetwood. And this brother did some time in prison, and he talks about how he was able to break the mental stranglehold of the conditioning process that comes along with being incarcerated. What I call the institutionalized mind. He talks about how he broke that. And it's a real compelling story, man. Among other things that we talked about. He's a West Coast OG. Yeah. Appreciate the honesty. One free man wins. Dead TV, you need to put Big Tony on a track. I've been trying to get Big Tony to come on the podcast. I reached out to him one time, but I don't know him like that, so I don't really have no contact with him. But I'd love to get to bring him on the show as well. K-Top. Man, hold on, K-Top. Hold on. We can't let K-Top not get his music now. Hold on. Hold on, K-Top. We got to get that straight, man. You one of my real ones. Email me now, K-Top. I might have told you that last time, but do it again. Like, send it to me now. Let's get this straight. K-Top been rocking with me for a long time. So whatever slippage I had and not getting your order out, we gotta get that together, bro. Not K-Top. No. Not nobody, but not K-Top. We have problems, y'all. Y'all know I'm not perfect. We have issues sometimes, but yeah. Got haterade. I just put my email right there below when I was sending it to K-Top. So there it is right there. Got haterade. Serious inquiries only. But also too, man, you know, the put it like this: the more serious and the more ready you are, the better I'm gonna make it for you. I'm gonna look out for you. I'm gonna show you some good love. So let's get it on. Let's get it on, haterade. Yeah. Do I listen to any Memphis artists like Project Pat or DJ Squeak? Man, look, Memphis might be the most underrated hip hop city, rap city, unless it's somebody I'm forgetting. But Memphis got so many greats that have come out of that city, bro. But to answer your question, you know, Project Pat is a legend, DJ Squeaky, all those guys, you know. Of course, I'm a big 8-Ball and MJG fan. You know, we've had Tila on the show, on the podcast. You got legends in Memphis that people don't really know about, like Player Fly, you know, Kingpin, Skinny Pimp, Al Capone, OGs like Al Capone. Who am I forgetting? But yeah, Memphis got a rich, of course, 3-6, you know, Gangsta Pat, appreciate that, JD. Tommy Wright the third, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tommy Wright the third. I was so happy that something popped off with Tommy Wright, the chat, Gangsta Boo, R.I.P. Gangsta Boo. Some popped off with Tommy Wright where I think Beyonce had either sampled some of his stuff and she showed him some love, you know. I hope he got some bread off of that as well. You know, I hope he got some bread off that. But yeah, Memphis is rich history, man. All the way up to Dolph and all the way up to Glorilla and all of the greats that are holding it down for Memphis right now. You know, so now, man, I got nothing but respect and love for Memphis, man. And one of my homies from out that way that has produced a lot of classic beats for me over the years, my homie Savage Mike was out there in Memphis, man. Track I did called Soul Merchants. Savage Mike. Yeah. Mercedes Smith, I appreciate the words. That's the goal. Set Moon, what's going on? Nasty Ruckus, Adelaide, Australia. Man, shout out to all my folks in Adelaide. I'm gonna tell you, it's funny how it's certain things that you can do that you probably have done like a long time ago, but you remember it. You remember a lot of the details of it like it was yesterday. And one of those things is when I went to Australia. I went to Australia back in '07. Crazy. But I can still remember the trip vividly. I can remember aspects of the trip vividly, the travel part, when I got there, the things we did. I can remember, and the stuff I did 2 months ago in Austin, Texas, that I can't even remember no more. So Adelaide showed me a lot of love. I remember the show. It's all the people that came out, man. Man, the place was packed. I mean, it was sardine packed. Man, I'm trying to tell you. Shout out to everybody in Adelaide. Yep, yep. Josiah says, right now I'm reading a student dictionary front to back and rebuilding my math skills from scratch. I'm also reading a lot of books. Then I do a 35-minute practice session singing and rapping. And like, man, you're going to turn yourself into a machine. See, this is the thing that MC Josiah understands that a lot of MCs don't understand. I ain't say rappers, MCs, because what he's doing, what he's talking about, he's doing technical training for MC enhancement and MC skill enhancement. When you start reading the dictionary and getting this technical aspects of your thought process together, adding to your database, that's going to make you a more potent MC. So you can't be a dope MC, not a rapper. You can't be a dope MC if you don't know stuff. If you don't know words and how to manipulate them and put them together and the meanings of them and how to use them properly. You know, all that type of stuff, man. Chris P, we got to re-up on vinyl. I have a limited edition. I have some limited edition vinyl, but to be honest with you, I'm just really debating on what I'm going to sell it for. Because I don't want to sell it for just 30 or 40 or 50 bucks. I might do it to show love, but nah. I don't even want to show it to you. I think I did one time. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point, JD. See, Jaime is from Memphis. Even though he's an H-Town convert, we have taken him in And he been down here so long, he more H-Town than people that was born out here. But yeah, Jaime is, Memphis, Mississippi. Jaime a little bit everywhere in the South. Yeah. Rick, my brother, you say the Falero interview. That's right. Man, look, I appreciate everybody who checked out the show love to the Falero interview, man. Falero deserved those accolades and for his story to be told and for people to familiarize themselves with that great brother, jack of all trades. We got a few people out here, man. They just can do it all. And Falero is definitely one of them. So y'all missed that Falero interview, y'all go check it out. Josh Hill, what's going on? Yeah. Okay, I got you, K-Top. Yeah. Riker Road. Yep, you made it. You in. Grandmaster Rodimus has appeared. Grandmaster Rodimus has entered through a portal. L Dogs, thank you. Man, K-Top, watch this. You just asked me, did I hear the new Rakim song? Just by chance, I listened to that song last night. Usually I'll be like, no, I haven't heard it yet. I listened to it last night, and I couldn't agree with you more. Rakim still, he's still hard, man. Rakim's still snapping on these cats out here, man. Yeah, y'all go look up the new Rakim song, man. If you call yourself a fan of lyricism, if you call yourself an MC, a lyricist, a rapper, whatever, man, you can never see one of the greats come back out and not take a few of those minutes to listen and absorb some of that sustained greatness. Yeah. Yeah. Please be honest, says look up. Is that Kazardakan? Kazardakan. Okay. Can you kind of give me a hint about what it is? Yeah, Rick. Rakim's still doing it. And doing it and doing it and doing it well. See, it's one thing, anybody can just keep rapping. It's one thing when you are still like up. But that's when this is up. As long as let me teach y'all. As long as this is up, this will always be up. Yeah. Filetto from the ghetto. Yeah, Rakim been nasty. Josh Hill says, what do you think about Pennywise? I mean, he's a character in the movie, but it's something about Pennywise that I ain't gonna lie, to be honest with you. I just thought about this when you asked me that. I kind of like all of the little horror movie characters because horror movies never scared me. I wasn't scared when Freddy Krueger first came out, Jason, Friday 13th, Michael Myers. That stuff never scared me. Pinhead, Candyman, and none of that stuff never. So Pennywise and all, it's like when It and all that kind of like, I find myself rooting for the horror movie character a lot of times. I don't know why. Yeah. Yeah. Man. JD, who is Hashi Senju? Hashi Senju. You know who I want, JD? I don't know if you got to connect on this. I I don't know if you plugged into this, but I'm gonna tell you who I want. I want Twisted Black. I want Twisted Black. DeMario Shavers, what's going on? So I finally decided to read your book after buying it over a year ago. One of my favorite parts was you saying your lyrics can carry a subpar beat. There's so much hype over good beat. Well, um, I learned that from rappers like Rakim, KRS-One. Every beat that they rapped on, even though I was a huge fan, every beat that they rapped on, I was not really a fan of the beat. But, and I'm gonna give you an example. Like, if the record would come on, you listen to the CD or the cassette, and the beat might come on, and you kind of be like, when the beat first comes, you kind of like, know where this one going. Then once he starts rapping, it don't even matter no more. It's like, ooh. And next thing you know, I love the song. But what did it for me in terms of that, what I wrote in my book, I know I got criticized forever for always having whack beats. People's calling my beats whack since the 90s. I was doing a lot of them myself. They might have, and that's a less self-esteem. Because one thing about me, I have very high self-esteem. I'm not one of those people who be like doubting and worrying and like, I believe in me. Now you might not. I can't make you believe in me, but then again, I can. But what I'm saying is, I always feel like I can do it. But sometimes your perception is not the same as other people, so you have to understand that. But what I would do for I've done a lot of features in my lifetime. And when you do a feature, sometimes you might not be feeling the beat that you do a feature on. And some rappers will not even do the feature if they don't like the beat. That's just a fact. I've read stories about, I've heard stories about different rappers who, and it could be a feature with a prominent rapper. It could be another big time rapper, and they'll turn the feature down because they didn't like the track. They got a right to do that. I had a prominent rapper turn me down for a feature because they didn't like the beat. I'm not going to tell you who it was, but I had to respect it. So my thing was, okay, well, let me try to find a track that maybe fits something that they'll be feeling a little bit more. Because I sent the beat that I liked. But a lot of times when you work with certain rappers or you want to work with certain rappers, you have to also, because it's a collaboration, so you have to also factor in the style of music that they may like as well. Now, for me, it don't matter. If you send me your beat and you want me featured on, I don't care what your beat is. I'm gonna do what I do. But sometimes people will even tell me, they'll say, well, man, I want to find a track that I know fits you, something your style. And I'll be like, man, send me what you want me to rap on. Let me figure it out. I'll figure it out. Yeah. Man, look. I should teach a self-confidence class, bro, because I am self-confident to the point of almost delusion. But I also believe you have to have a certain amount of delusional confidence to be successful. You got to believe in stuff about yourself that might even be so ridiculously far-fetched that it's like, what? But you got to believe it because you'll mess around and be done put it off. How do I know that? Because I do it all the time. You don't think about it till afterwards. You be like, did I really do that? But in the moment, you was like, yeah, I know I can. That? Yeah, I can do that. Yeah, I can do that. I can do it. Miami, I see you, my brother. Lester Smith says, do you think the Sixers are stacked now with LeBron, or is that going to make the work? No, they're stacked. Because here's the thing. We know LeBron is the biggest name in the NBA. He's one of the greatest players of all time. He's not the greatest, but he's one of the greatest of all time. Man, they're showing the Event Horizon on TV. He's one of the greatest of all time. And everywhere he goes, he's going to change the trajectory, the atmosphere, if you will. And at 41 years old, coming into his 24th year, he's still playing at a high level. The man averaged 23 points and 7 rebounds and 5, 6, 7 assists last year at 40. So he moves the needle. But to answer your question, he's only part of why they stacked, because now ain't nobody talking about the fact that they got Jaylen Brown. They got Jaylen Brown, bruh. Jaylen Brown has now become a footnote in the upcoming season because they signed LeBron. But Jaylen Brown, bruh, all NBA player, all-star, champion, finals MVP, league MVP candidate all last year, led the Celtics without Jason Tatum last year. So you coming out there with two brand new guys, LeBron James and Jaylen Brown, and you adding that to Tyrese Maxey and a young dude they got, VJ Edgecombe. The only thing that they got to worry about, and you know what I'm finna say. Tell me what I'm about to say. Since you asked me that question, what's the only thing that Philadelphia got to worry about with that lineup coming into this season? Boom. Come on, Doug. Embiid. That's it. So let's imagine a world where Embiid don't get hurt to the point where he's out during the playoffs, or he missed so much time to where he's not right. Like last year, he missed a lot of time. He played through the playoffs and he had moments, but he wasn't just like he was maybe that MVP year. Bruh, you got the one of the two best big men in the league, in Embiid. Then you add LeBron, Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, Edgecombe. You add that to Embiid, and guess who they getting ready to sign? See, they putting they role players together. They getting ready to sign KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. So they putting the pieces around now for the bench and stuff. Man, Philly could win it, bro. And this coming from a Rockets fan, but I just don't see nothing we've done that's going to put us in contention, because our young players haven't made the jump. We'll turn this to a Legends 34 episode. Our young players haven't made the jump. Now, what they did do, probably one of the most important signings the Rockets made, wasn't even a player. They signed a shooting coach. The same shooting coach that had been with the San Antonio Spurs, and he'd been with OKC the last 4 years. And those two just happen to be very successful franchises who watched players that they had on their roster shooting numbers go up every year that man been there. So this guy, his name is Chip England, he can make Amen Thompson a better shooter, hopefully. Hopefully he can make Tari Eason a better shooter. Reed's a real good shooter already. Jabari's a good shooter. Hopefully he can make Jabari deadly. Durant don't need no help. Durant's fine. Probably could help Fred. Probably could help Fred's shooting percentage go up if they don't trade him. So, yeah. But Philly can win it, man. Philly can win it. Be informed, I see you. He said they designed the movies for us to like the horror villain. Oh, you asked a question? I don't know if they designed it for, they don't make you hate them. You know why? You know what? One of the things that makes the fans in horror movies like the villain? I'm gonna tell you the secret. What makes fans and what makes people who watch horror movies like the horror movie killer in the movie is how dumb the people in the movie are. They do the dumbest stuff to get caught. So you find yourself at first like, be careful, watch out. And then they'll do something stupid. You be like, hey, go on, kill him. Go on, kill him, man. She she deserved to get killed. This dummy ran back in the house. You know she's gonna fall down. So yeah. MT Show Me State, what's going on? What are your thoughts on the rapper The Game? Do you listen to his music? I got a number of respect for The Game. The game been in the game for a long time. You don't last in the game that long and be relevant without having greatness in you. So now I respect The Game. I got love for The Game. Massini Choice, I see you. Jimmy Robinson, my brother, says, I think a lot of times other people just can't see your vision until it's finalized. Absolutely. And a lot of times it's not for them to see. That's one of the biggest mistakes we make. We get mad when other people are not as enthusiastic about our dreams as we are. They're not supposed to be. Well, man, y'all just don't believe in me, man. Y'all don't believe in what I got going on, man. Don't nobody get behind me. I've been trying to... Man, shut up. Like, just go do it. They'll come around after you do it. Just like you said, Jimmy, like once it's finalized, once it comes into fruition, them same people are going to go, oh, wow. And some of them going to even go, boy, I knew you could do it, and be lying like a dog. They're the same ones trying to stop you from doing or telling you was a fool to try to do it. But it's nobody's obligated to believe in your vision. That's a big mistake. Does it help? Would it be nice? Yeah, it'd be nice, but sometimes it helps you more when people don't believe in you if you got the right mindset. If you're a punk, then when people start not supporting or not believing, then you just quit. Like your dreams, like the result of your vision is dependent on who thinks you can do it. The average person, I mean not the average person, the strong person, they be like, okay, y'all don't think I can do it? All right. One of my favorite movies of all time is The Human Tornado with Rudy Ray Moore. Raise your hand if you've never seen The Human Tornado by Rudy Ray Moore. If you've never seen it, Why do I bring up the human tornado when I'm talking about folks who don't believe in your dream and you have to believe in it yourself? The reason why I bring that up, D Harm, I see you. The reason why I bring up the human tornado is because early in the movie, one of the greatest cinematic masterpieces of all time, The Human Tornado by Rudy Ray Moore, aka Dolomite. There's a scene where he has to get out of the house because some stuff done popped off. Well, if y'all seen it, I can tell you. The sheriff busts in the house and catches Dolomite in bed with his wife. So the sheriff gets so mad, he tells his deputy to shoot his wife. So the deputy shoots the sheriff's wife. He's getting ready to shoot Dolomite. Dolomite jumps out the window butt naked. And he's at the top of this big old hill with grass and sticker bushes and all that crap. And the only way down that hill is to jump off that hill. And he say, "So y'all don't believe I jumped, huh? Well, watch this." And he jumped off that hill, rolling down that hill naked as a jaybird. And I know he did that stunt himself. So he had to make us believe that he was going to really do it. But on a bigger level, that same movie, just like the original Dolomite Part 1, he put that movie out himself. So you got this black man that finances the movie. He puts the movie together. He gets all the people that he needs to help him. He does everything himself like a rapper would with an independent label putting a record out. And he put all that stuff together himself on low budget, roaching and hustling and rigging up stuff and just putting it together the best he could. And he became one of the more unmentioned, underrated, unnoticed movie producers, black movie producers that we've ever had, because his movie wasn't this cinematic gem that's recognized by the Academy and all this old crap, but he did everything himself, independent. And people was telling him the whole while he couldn't do it. Go and watch Eddie Murphy's his rendition when he played Dolomite. It's on Netflix. Go watch this movie, man. See, I'm not telling y'all to watch this just to be watching it for the entertainment. Yeah, the entertainment value is there, but I'm talking about so you can learn these lessons I'm teaching y'all. The name of the movie is called Dolomite Is My Name. Go watch it on Netflix. And you'll see the things that Rudy Ray Moore went through to do this movie independently, just to build his career. That's why he's greater than all of them that came before him. I mean, that were his contemporaries. To me, he's right behind Richard Pryor. Rich is my favorite, but Rudy Ray Moore is number 2, but he's my sentimental favorite because I know what he did. I see parallels in him when I look at myself and rappers that had to get it from the mud. Always respected him for that. Myron say, so y'all don't think, man, you gotta watch him with Tornado, man. It's like you're gonna laugh all the way through, man. And was it low budget? Yeah. Was it a lot of bad acting in it? Yeah. Was it a lot of technical flaws in? You can see the boom mic, be certain scenes, and you can see the mic, like, see how you can see this pin kind of hanging down. You can see the mic, but that's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of it. If you watch a movie that somebody did from the ground up and from scratch, and they put it together like that, and it still was successful, and you look at the nitpick little stuff like that, man, then don't even watch it. You just a sucker. That's all you are. Gotta appreciate the hustle, man. The grind ain't always perfect. That's the beauty of the grind is not always perfect. Remember when Michael Jackson was singing when he was a little boy and they did the song, I'll Be There? Just call my name and I'll be there. Remember they had the American Dream docu-series they did on Mike, on the Jacksons in like the 90s, and they were showing that studio session. They was reenacting that studio session, and at the end of the song, Mike say, just look over your shoulders, baby. Or whatever you said, just look over your shoulders, honey. And one of his brothers was in the studio saying, man, he keeps saying shoulders with an S. Because he was feeling like it should be just look over your shoulder. And Barry Gordy was like, nah, leave it like that. He said, Barry Gordy said, I love mistakes. Sometimes what we believe to be a mistake in our creative process, that mistake contains so much authentic vibe to it. Because even though I might have said it in a way that was a mistake, or I may have missaid this or that, the spirit of it that I delivered, the energy, the passion that I delivered it in, people still feel it. So if I go and correct it, if it's something that just needs to be corrected, then you have to correct. I mean, I don't mean just but something that's not gonna make or break a situation. Just teaching y'all something real quick, man. Sometimes, put this on a shirt. Sometimes perfection is not always perfect. Perfection ain't always perfect. Y'all gonna see me with a shirt that say that. So don't try to steal it. I'm writing it down right now. Perfection ain't always perfect. So what that means is, even in your art, sometimes in people. So that's why you'll hear the saying, somebody say, well, what's that song that said that? It's a song that used to say, I'm not perfect, but I'm perfect for you. Perfection ain't always perfect, bro. Sometimes it's the imperfections, the little flaws, the little defects, because a person will see that defect, and as long as it's not something thrown off about a person, don't get me. Let me clarify that. I ain't talking about somebody that just throw it off. No, trash that. I'm saying things that are innocently imperfect. Sometimes those are the things that will be the attracting factor for another person. I'm gonna give you another example in music. All my old school heads gonna know what I'm talking about. Matter of fact, Doug, you're gonna definitely appreciate this. You're gonna definitely appreciate this. Back in the days, back in the 90s, late 80s, 90s, when rappers started sampling uh old records from the 70s and back in the days, you know, when sampling really took off, and every time you look up, everybody got a. Sometimes when you heard a song with a sample in it, as a sample is looping on the beat for the rapper, you can hear the little from the original record that they sound the static. You can hear that old static from the original record that they sampled it from, because whatever vinyl they used, it was an old vinyl, and they had that, and you could hear. But man, it was so dope that it became an instrument in and of itself in the track. Tell me I'm lying. We used to call it fried chicken. We used to be like, ooh, you can hear that fried chicken in there, boy. UFO buddy said, I think I heard that on your. Yeah, I had to get some fried chicken. You are absolutely right. You go back to my first record, I got some fried chicken on one or two of my songs. Because it adds another element to it. So people would say at times, even studio engineers, they would say, well, man, let's see if we can digitally remove that out of there. Like, nah. Now, sometimes it's too bad to where it's taking over, dominating the song. Yeah, you might have to squeeze it a little bit. But if it's just this off, oh man, leave that there, man. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Yeah. Trying to tell you. Jimmy says, I learned through my art that nothing is absolutely perfect. You can get extremely close to. Yeah. But guess what? Very few artists will say that a piece of work or something that they've done is perfect. We always feel like it could be better. But to somebody on the outside, they may say, man, it's perfect. I can name probably 5 or 10 albums in my lifetime that I would absolutely say, this is a perfect album. Don't change nothing. Stevie Wonder, Songs in the Key of Life, perfect album. Prince, Sign of the Times, perfect album. Michael Jackson, Thriller, perfect. Off the Wall, perfect. Boogie Down Productions, Criminal Minded, perfect. Run DMC, Raising Hell, perfect. There's others that I'm not thinking about, but you talk about, man, like this is perfect. And I can guarantee you that anyone most likely could tell you something about those albums that they'll be like, I should have did this, or this didn't come out like I thought. I wish I could have. But to us, it's like, no, don't touch it. Keep your hands to yourself. Vincent Price's rap on the song Thriller. Vincent Price had them bars on Thriller, boy. Y'all go back and listen to the end of Thriller, Michael Jackson, and listen. The dude talking at the end of Thriller, Michael Jackson's Thriller, the song, the single Thriller, is an old actor named Vincent Price. And he used to be in like horror movies or just dark movies, and he always had that dark presence and that sinister voice. That's the voice you hear talking at the end of Thriller. But he was spitting some bars at the end of Thriller, man. I don't know if he wrote that himself, but woo. Milk did my body good. What's going on, Milk? Milk is chilling. Appreciate you coming through. Magic, is that Magic Alchemist? Man. Yep, new album. New album, Magic. August the 7th. Pre-order the new album. It's called Path of Destruction. All the trash and corruption about to be smashed into nothing. That's all I know. That's where you can get it from. Path of Destruction, new album, August 7th. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Yep. Be informed, said M. Trump Tower, reptilian shapeshifter. Did you ever look into Immortal Technique, Rich Man's World music video with Trump, Elvis? No, I did. I'm glad you reminded me of that. Yeah. Get ready. Get ready. Lester said, I wish there were more movies with K rapping in the scenes with subtitles showing his lyrics. Speaking of movies, if y'all have not seen The Return of the Mac, y'all need to go and get that movie. It's on Prime, I think. Y'all need to go and support that movie. Support it for two reasons. Support it because it's made by independent Black filmmakers. Support it because it's made by independent Black filmmakers who have a message in the movie. The movie is actually a very conscious movie, even though it's very entertaining movie. It's called Return to Mac. But the third reason also is because your big brother got 2 songs on the soundtrack, man. Come on, man. Y'all show some love. Shout out to Brian and Jamie. Shout out to Brian and Jamie for putting this movie together, whether I was a part of it or not, because the message is needed. Y'all don't know how big trafficking is, bro. Trafficking, that human trafficking, sex trafficking industry, man, that's some $1 billion action, bro. And it doesn't get spoken of as much. You know, you hear about it now. You know, they talk about all this stuff that's going on, but it ain't as mentioned as it should be, man. And my voice is twice as horrifying as Vincent Price. Y'all remember Cool G Rap said that? That's what he was talking about. He said, Marley, give the slice. I get nice. And my voice is twice as horrifying as Vincent Price. Woo! Man, y'all be sleeping on Cool G Rap, bro. Cool G Rap name don't come up enough. That man said, Marley gives the slice. I get nice. And my voice is twice as horrifying as Vincent Price. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't understand, man. Y'all. When G-Rap strikes the mic, I recite the type of hype that you like to make the people unite. See, look, when I can recall bars that's almost 40 years old, bro, and just pop them off the top of my head like that, and they ain't even mine, that means that's some classic stuff, bro. That's some classic stuff. Yeah. Did you catch Oh, Lester, shout out to Lester Smith. Lester, you saw the movie, man. Beautiful, man. Lester saw the Return to Mac movie. Salute to you. Y'all go check it out, Miami. Everybody that's on here, y'all go check out the Return to Mac movie, man. Yeah. And while you're counting the money, I count sheep. No, he said, while I'm counting the money, you count sheep. Bingo says they made them look dumb so that you want the horror movie killer to win. Yeah, that's what I was saying. And then they want us to monkey do, monkey see. Man, if you monkey do some Freddy Krueger, Jason stuff, they got some cats out there that do it, but that means you was already right there. Yeah. Appreciate the love. Notice how I haven't got kicked off tonight. Now I'm changing my mind. I do think they did it last night. I could not get into that topic last night. They just kept kicking me off. Yeah. They just kept on kicking me off. Kicking me off. Kicking me off. I'm going to remix the eyes list. Justin, is that Justin Bison? He said, I get you're not a fan of the mainstream, but would you ever do a song with Crazy Bone? Yeah. Well, it's not that I'm not a fan of the mainstream. I'm a fan of, I wouldn't know about Prince, Michael Jackson, and Stevie Wonder. That it don't get more mainstream than that. And in rap, Run DMC is probably my favorite all-time rap group. They were the first rap group to bring hip rap mainstream. So it's not that I have an issue with the mainstream. I have an issue with imbalance in the mainstream. So if not back in the Run days, because rap was a little more innocent than it is now, but I'm saying if in 2026, if degenerative subject matter, if over sexualized subject matter, if shoot 'em up, kill, murder, do these drugs, if that can be propelled into the mainstream and we know why it's intentionally done, but there's no balance and we know why it's intentionally done, that's my issue. That's the problem that I have. It wasn't like that at a time, but that was before they caught on to consciousness, waking people up in the hood and taking money out of their pocket. How they taking money out of their pocket? Taking money out of their pocket because they figured out that they could use rap music to feed the prison industrial complex. Now, to the back end of your question, you add, that's why I laugh. You say, would I ever do a song with Crazy Bone for Bone Thugs and Harmony? Yeah, you probably wouldn't know here, but I got a new album dropping that you can order August the 7th. And guess who's one of the people featured on the album? Crazy Bone is on the album. So you'll get to hear what you're requesting once you buy the new album, August 7th. It's called Path of Destruction. And you can get it from their website, man. Our website long. I need to just get the link and just, I'm too lazy to just pull the link. And will stay close beside me. Yeah. Let me catch up, man. I'm a little behind. Miami says, telling the wrong people your business is a trash can. That's right. That's right. UFO Buddy says, hi, bro. Another question. What was that DVD name? A long time ago. You're in it, and Klondike Cat, and Bam. I'm not sure. You got to be a little more specific, or some more content that was in it that could probably make me remember. What's going on? He said the people in New Jerusalem don't die. They have passed from death to life by believing in me. I died for them. Gotcha. Doug, you think Wesley Snipes stole that movie? You think so? I don't think so. He did a good job playing Willie Green, but I don't think he stole the movie. He did a good job. I still think Eddie carried the movie. Always felt the need. Let me catch up. Yeah, I'm way behind. Hold on. Let me come on. Let me catch up. My bad, y'all. SRD Visions, what's going on? Okay. The game goes on. And let me say this real quick. I'm glad you said that, man. Yeah, definitely RIP to XXX. I remember when that young brother was murdered. But I want to take time to shout out to my homie, man. To my homie Swift from the Fofo Boys. I'm glad that I was able to think about that, man. He passed away. Definitely want to shout out to the homie Swift, man. Y'all don't know who he is. I'm not talking about Big Swift, the producer, not Big Swift. I'm talking about OG Swift from this group in H-Town called the Fofo Boys. Information yesterday. But he was a good brother, man. Worked in the community with us. Was on the front lines with us, man. Shout out to the homie Big George. Yeah. Continued love and condolences to the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan and his family and all the believers in the loss of our great mother, Khadijah Farrakhan. Salute. Division says, we too sleep. That division energy that spread from the Kendrick and Drake got us distracted and not unity to end this big tech communism game. Yeah, um, rap battles and rap beefs have always been a part of hip hop, so that's not, really. We should be used to that, but we have to also, to your point, we got to be careful to not let the industry's way of manipulating these conflicts and make them worse than what they should be, make them beyond just rapping, and those types of things can be what will cause a division because the fan bases will split. Well, I like this guy. No, I like Kendrick. I like Drake. So now I like Drake, so I hate Kendrick. I like Kendrick, so I hate Drake. I'm a Kendrick fan, so I hate Drake fans. I'm a Drake fan. No, we can't take it that far because I come from an era where we had rap beefs that could have got serious. We didn't see people die till Pac and Biggie, and that's another story too. Because never discount the government's role in these types of scenarios. The government's role or potential role, never ever discount that, regardless of who pulled the trigger. Same like with Malcolm. Regardless of who pulled the trigger, Somebody has to pull the figurative trigger to get somebody to pull the literal trigger. I always remember that. So when Kumo D and LL had their issue, it never went past rap. When MC Shan and KRS-One had their issue, it never went past rap. Now it could have, but it didn't. So now years later, see, this is how you look at when you think about with Pac and Biggie and people like that. When you see the spaces that the people who had beef 30, 40 years ago are in now because they survived, they lived through it. Nothing got violent. Nobody lost their life behind the beef. So now these 20-something-year-old young people have now grown into 55, 50, 60-year-old men who are now like, yeah, man, we was young. It ain't even that serious no more from from how it was. Now, as a competitor, you still like, yeah, if you ask Mo D today or LL today, they'll both say, yeah, I won that battle. Yeah, I took him out. I did it. KRS and Shan, they still exchange little words here and there, but I've seen them on stage together. Craziest thing I ever saw in my life, in my rap life, is MC Shan on a stage with KRS-One while KRS-One is singing "The Bridge Is Over." I don't know if I could have did it, Shan. I don't know if I could have did it. Can't be on the stage with the guy who made a classic diss track about me, and he's up there performing it, and I'm rocking out to it. At least get the mic and saying, "Kill that noise" behind it. Let me at least get mine in if I'm Shan. but that's part of the evolution of men and women who, yeah, we was young, that was a time, and that was part of the game. Yeah. And we'll stay. Yeah. EVM, I see you. Oh, it's on Apple TV. That's right. That's right. Thank you. Thank you so much. UFO Buddy says, who was the beholder? The beholder. I think I remember hearing that in one of the first rounds. Let me give y'all the beholder. Remember, I was telling y'all about the two high schools. You had the school I went to, which was Sterling High School. Then you had a school about 5-6 minutes down the street called Jones High School. And it was just a rivalry. It was rivalry, period. Rivalry in football, basketball, and then now rivalry in rap. Myself, GT and Preppy J, who I was in a group real chill with. My homie, who now calls himself DJ AK-47, but back then he was the original Gucci Man. He was calling himself Gucci Man back in 1985. My homie Easy T, who later turned into Blower, had a lot of records out in the 90s. We all went to Sterling High School. That was my crew. Rapper K, myself, DJ Screw. We all went to Sterling. Jones, Gangsta Nip, AC Chill, Klondike Cat, Murder One. There's a dude, y'all don't know this guy, a guy named K-Rock Death. Woo! If y'all would have ever heard him, if he would have ever like stayed out of trouble, he was like going to jail and getting in trouble. Oh my gosh, if y'all ever heard him. But there was a guy named Martini, right? And he went to Jones. He was at Jones with Nip and Cat and Murder and AC and all those guys. His name was Martini. Later on, he changed his rap name from Martini to the Beholder. At one time, I think he was calling himself Martini the Beholder. But then he just dropped the Martini, and then he was just the Beholder. So he was real active back in those days with us, and yeah, he rapped on some of our records, and we rapped on some here. Yeah. Yeah. Division says, what I mean is that it created a skin color division within the community that I never seen in my lifetime, and I'm near 40. Well, I don't. Well, I can't speak to your reality. Skin color division, not in my community because I live in a black neighborhood. Maybe on a grand scale, I guess things like that can happen because you have what you call the pop charts and the rap that would make it on those types of charts. They reached a certain audience, and then the underground people, they resented that and like, man, that ain't real rap, man. Oh, that's mainstream. Da, 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 da. And you got little white kids singing a little fun pop rap songs, and while we down here listening to Ghetto Boys and NWA. So catch a double? Catch a double. This is what I want you to do. Send me an email and we can talk about it. But only if you're serious now. I'll be telling people, don't be emailing me. Man, I want to do some work with you. And it's June the 26th. I said, oh man, I'll be ready next March. Hey man, let's get it on. If we won't get it on, let's get it on. I just told somebody else that asked me about a feature earlier. The more ready you are, the better I'll make it for you. Yeah. Ethan, what's going on, Ethan? Said truth. COINTELPRO, CIA, usually always the culprits. Shortly after World War II, USA hired over 1,600 former Nazis, mostly all doctors and scientists. I didn't know that. Then a few years later, CIA was formed. Been downhill since. Yeah, you know, those agencies, CIA, FBI, counterintelligence program of the FBI, they move in stealth. They are masters at being the catalyst of the problem, but making it seem like somebody else is the problem. That is central intelligence. That's counterintelligence. That's just intelligence, but it's intelligence used in a dirty way. So they bring in informants, they bring in agents, they bring in people who are working for them, undercovers who work for them to carry out their agendas, but they may look just like us. They may worship and pray in the same churches and mosques as us. They may even go so far as to join the organizations. See? And be in the organization for years. The same thing in the dope game. New Jack City. Ice-T went undercover as a drug dealer, but all the while he was a cop, but he had to go all in. There was another movie. Man, what's the name of that movie? I think Omar Epps was in that movie where he went undercover. And if I'm not mistaken, he went in so undercover, like they had it. He had to snort some cocaine, and you know, when you supposed to be one of us, you doing what we doing. It's like, But you would be surprised of how many people do that right in the neighborhood. Agents and informants. And they work for them folks. They work for them folks. Trying to tell you, man. Rex says Raiders versus Falcons. What's that? Why are you saying Raiders versus Falcons? Did I miss something? Did something go over my head, Doug? Why are you saying Raiders versus Falcons? Milk says we not dying for Israel. No, that's right. Yep. UFO Buddy says another mystery. Who is Lil Fry? Let me give you the game on Lil Fry. If you are familiar with South Park Coalition's history, you go back, I don't know how far back you go. Gangsta Nip's second album, that was an album, he had an album called Psychic Thoughts, right? If you look at the Psychic Thoughts cover, maybe y'all could put it up now and while you're doing it, but if you look at Gangsta Nip's Psychic Thoughts cover, you'll see a split screen with one guy on one side and another guy on the other side. One guy's Gangsta Nip. The other guy on that cover on the other side, that's Lil Fry. Lil Fry was one of our old school partners from back in the days, South Park, and we all ran together back in those days, back in the hood. Fry and Nip were especially tight. But Fry, that was our brother, still to this day. Fry transitioned over into doing like promotion and photography and filming and stuff like that. So that's what he does today. But if you look at that first Gangsta Nip album, the other person on that album, that's Lil Fry. At some point, I'm gonna bring Fry on my podcast so he can kind of give y'all their history and let y'all know. Me and Fry got this thing that we do every time we see each other. We've been doing it for decades. I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is. When we bring him on the show, you'll see what it is. But yeah, Fry's a legend. Now I'm gonna tell you something else about Fry. Something that he did recently, because Fry was ahead of his time. And what I mean by that, he was one of those people who, long before everybody had a phone that they could film and record everything that's going on in their life, you had a concert, and instead of watching the concert with your naked eye, you holding the phone up, looking into your phone at the people on the stage. Fry was carrying cameras and camcorders around back in the days, and he got classic SPC footage. He got footage of us, our ciphers. Me, Nip, Cat, Blank. He put some of it up on Facebook recently. Stuff that we hadn't seen. Stuff was dated like 1993, 94. Fry got all that. So that's another good question. Y'all can ask me about these people that y'all don't really, y'all hear the names on a lot of our records, and y'all, they wasn't rappers. Everybody wasn't a rapper. Some of them was, but y'all don't hear about them no more. Ask your boy, I'll tell y'all who they was. I'll tell y'all who they was, or who they are. I ain't say who they was. In Too Deep, that's what it was, Jimmy. Yep. That's it. In Too Deep with Omar Epps, and LL Cool J was in that movie. Yep. Trying to tell you. Cerebral, what's going on? I see you, Cerebral. 6009. It's real out here. Y'all don't care about how we feel out here. Yep, yep. Never have, never will. You saw it, Jimmy? Yep. All these years and we still out here. Yeah, man. New album drops next month. That's about, it drops in less than 2 weeks. When you pre-order in less than 2 weeks. It ain't gonna drop for another. It won't start shipping till another maybe week after that. But you can order the new album, Path of Destruction, August the 7th. Yeah. And there we go. All right. No problem. Visions. It's all love. Something else I had to tell y'all. I can't remember. I can't remember. Thing that I want to say. All right. Already, I see you sleeking in here. My homie already. Already, man. We got some stuff coming up, man. I need to see you in the building. I need to see my homie in the building, man. Milk is chilling. What more can I say? Rex says, Run DMC Together Forever. Is this one of the best live recorded rap records ever? You know what? Together Forever, I remember when it first came out, because that's the first time I heard 808. The boom, 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 boom. But best live Run DMC ever is Here We Go. I think it's called Here We Go, Run DMC, Here We Go live at the Fun House. Something, it's live or something. Here We Go is like, that's it right there. When Here We Go came out, that was it. Walaikum salam, brother Chris. Said, where can we see the movie? Apple TV. Apple TV. You can watch it tonight, brother Chris. You can check it out tonight. Tonight. Oh, I was worried. I was wondering where my boy Phantom Face was. There he is, man. Yeah. There he is. I was worrying about you earlier in my mind. I'll be talking about I don't know if I'm going to make it. No, watch out. Move on with that. If you on here talking to us, then make me travel to Columbus. I rebuke. That's. I was just wondering about my Phantom Face earlier. I need your number, Phantom Face. I need to holler at you. You send me an email. Email me. I just put it in the box. Ventriloquist lyricist McVeigh album. Great album. Paid in full. Perfect. Yeah, y'all talking about the perfect album? Yeah, perfect album. Yeah. DJ, where's your song with Immortal Technique? It wasn't my song. It was Immortal Techniques or either R8 or Rugged Man song. If it was mine, it'd have been dropped. So I don't know. I don't know what the plan is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, Wicked Cricket's intro on Dollar Bill. Come on, man. We got the great Dollar Bill Martial Arts Productions is in the building. He's in the building. Say, Dollar, I think you're gonna like these songs I did for you, man. I didn't go in a different direction. I'm still me. You're just him. You're him when you're him. I can't really explain it, but I kind of did some different stuff on it, you know. Yeah, yeah. E Tizzle, South Park in the building. What's going on, E Tizzle? Appreciate the love. Yeah. Change gonna come with Drastico. Yeah, shout out Cadillacs and Coffee. Rex says I looked up Psychic Thought CD on Amazon. Only $196.99. Man, think about this. How amazing is it if you are given an option to purchase a CD on a payment plan? That means that CD is priced high, but it's worth it. That's a classic album. Makes perfect sense. I thought at one point, I saw South Park Psycho was going for like 500 at one point. That was years ago. Could be the same, could be higher now. Dollar Wops. Man, Dolph DMP, bro, one of my big regrets is that question you just asked me. Dolph says, did you ever to work with Big Mello? Not on a record. Bro, that's one of my biggest regrets, man, that I never did a song with Big Mello. Now, here's one of the reasons why it's a big regret. Because with Mello, it wasn't like, it's just like, man, I never got a chance to work with somebody that was just in another state and you didn't really know him. The regret from not working with Mello came from the fact that, man, me and Mello used to hang out all the time. That was my guy. See, so when I was talking earlier about the high schools, I was talking about Sterling High School that I went to, Jones. That's another school, it's a bunch of them, but another school, famous school called Jack Yates. They famous for sports. But Mello was going to Jack Yates at the time, or maybe he wasn't going at the time. But he used to skip school and he used to come to Sterling and hang out with us. He'd just be in the hallway, just hanging out in Sterling. He ain't even enrolled in the school. And for people that don't know, Big Mello, he was a beatboxer in the beginning. He didn't start off rapping. And he wasn't Big Mello. His name was Curtis D, because his real name was Curtis Davis. So back in the day, we called him Curtis D. So if it was a talent show or some type of rap contest, a rap show or something like that, and people would want to know who was going to be, hey, man, Curtis D going to be in it. ooh, Curtis D gonna be in it, because you worried when he was gonna be in it because he could beatbox songs and sound like the real song. He was like super talented. Beatboxing was in style back in the day. Man, this dude could beatbox. He could beatbox Love and Happiness by Al Green. I'm telling you facts. He could be like, and man, it would be amazing. But later on, he started rapping. But before that, he would come to my school, and somebody was just talking about, they was reading my book, my first book. If you read my book, I got a crazy Big Mellow story in my book. But all those years that we knew each other, and those times we kicked it and hung out, we never did no music together. He signed with Rap a Lot around the same time that Nip and the Terrorists signed with Rap a Lot, around 90, 91-ish. So by the time you sign with a label and, you know, things get a little more complicated to kind of put it together, and we never worked together, man. Never worked together. One of my biggest regrets. There's no record in existence with me and Big Mellow on it. And that's a shame, because, you know, that was my homie for a long time. Just lines up like that sometimes. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, shout out to Drastico, Cadillacs and Coffee. They always doing events, putting things together. Yeah, Dollar. Yeah, it's gonna be, it's still gonna be me now. I don't want you to think I'm just somewhere on IO somewhere. I'm still me, but yeah, but it's gonna be dope. It's gonna be dope. Yeah. Yeah. That first one I told you is 312s. The other two are 16s. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, Raiders, Falcons. You got me thinking about the NFL, Doug. I forgot our mascots. I forgot our mascots. Yep. Raiders. I remember Yates Lions though. Whew. Used to kick our butt every year. Every year. Yeah, man. Yeah. Doug, interview Dollar Bill, man. Interview Dollar Wop, man. So people can know about that heat he been dropping. Jimmy says, I still want to hear you and Cam Bottas collaborate. It's done. I heard it. Well, Cam Bottas was ripping on that thing. Man. Shout out to Marco Polo, because he was spitting too. It's done though. It's done. It's done. Can't tell you when it's coming out, but it's done. I don't know when it's coming out. I hit up Marco Polo. I'll try to see when it's going to drop. But y'all gonna love it. Y'all gonna love it. Y'all gonna love it. Milk did my body good. Says elites don't see race, don't see color on the green. Green is a color, but no, I don't agree with that, because there are things that are imposed by the elites. There are constructs that are put together by the elite that's specifically geared towards destroying people of color. So I don't necessarily agree that they don't see color. Now, at the end of the day, the part that I will kind of accept within that is that green is the ultimate color. At the end of the day, they'll burn their own for some green. but they want to burn us first. And while you're counting the money, I count sheep. E. Tizzle says, I remember them days. Me and my homies would get together and bebop and rap, walking around. Days of creativity. You always bring the heat. Thank you, my brother. God is great. NK Chemical. What's going on, man? Y'all click the like button if y'all haven't already. We'll stop at 75 likes tonight if we can get to 75. I ain't really been pushing them. Can we get to 75? Ain't that the new speed limit? Oh, man. Everybody who haven't ordered my current album, The Industry, y'all go do that right now when you get off of this live. This is what you need in your life right here. This is what you need in your life right here. This is what you need in your life right here. SouthParkCoalitionSite.net. Go get this album. Y'all see how big that tree is I'm looking at? DJ Rec, appreciate the love, my brother. You know how I saw yesterday, Rec? I saw the great Byron Smith. He came and played in Fundy yesterday. He always mentioned us having him on the podcast. We need to get another in studio episode at some point. The Annihilation. Yeah, how we looking on the new comic book, Dollar Bill? This is a limited edition, but we want to see how limited the editions are remaining. That's right, Chemical. Joshua, what's going on? These my wake hours too. Best time of the night. Yeah. I mean, Dollar, it's up to you. We can do it. This your project, so whatever you wanted, however you want to do it. You know, I can go drop it at K Water, but if you want to do it live or you want to have that there with me there, just let me know. It's however you want to do it. Whatever you think is best, that's what we'll do. And we will make it happen like some old school rapping. Yeah, I am, Lester. Just been busy. I'm going to do some posters. See, this going to be a dope poster for y'all, man. It's going to be a dope poster. Yeah. Yeah. What's the album of the year, Dollar Wop? Man. Wow. Don't know much about history. Don't know much biology. Phantom Face. Send me an email, man. I need your number. But I do know that I love you. What a wonderful world this would be. All right. I have no snacks tonight, y'all. It's going to be a long night. It's going to be a long night. And I did it on purpose. Okay. Okay, so this is what needs to happen. We have a few more Annihilation of the Evil Machine comic book. Yeah, let me know. We can get together, man. I can sign those boxes. I don't know what you're doing tomorrow. We can link up tomorrow, and I can sign these boxes. I've been having some return to senders too, man. Like people are ordering stuff, and then when you send it, it's an insufficient address. I don't understand that. That's been happening a lot. Yeah. What up, Dookie? What's going down? I ain't got no bean pie. I ain't got no cookies. I ain't got no cake. I ain't got nothing. But I did it on purpose. I've been trying to fight. Not every night, but I still be trying to fight. Yeah. So you say you don't have what yet? The boxes? Yeah. Yeah, but I'm like, man, these people order and they move. I'm gonna order this album and then I'm gonna move. Yeah. I don't know how you got that Chinese writing on your profile. It say, who is the man in the picture behind you on your right hand side with the white t-shirt on? Not prying, just asking most respect. No, it's not prying at all. That's my dad. Let me move my head. That's my pops back there. And you probably can't see the picture closely. Well, see where his hands is. He's actually on that picture. He's actually sitting at a poker table. Years ago, he used to be a professional poker player. And on that picture, somebody took a picture of him while he was in full concentration at the poker table. Okay, I got you. Okay, I got you. Well, whenever you're ready, Dollar Wop, we can make it happen. But let me know how many of everything we got. Let me know what's left so we can get these moved. We can get them sold. We can make it happen. Let's figure out what we got. Let's do an inventory roundup. Yeah. All right, man. Drop y'all locations, man. Let me shout y'all out. Drop your locations, man. We got to the 75 likes. I appreciate y'all. Some people popped in and they left. We got more likes than people, so that means folks popped in, hung around for a while, and they dipped. Josh Hill is in Mississippi. My boy Michael Butte was laying in the cut the whole time. Beaumont, Texas. Lester Smith is in Show Low. Jimmy Robinson is in Anniston, Alabama. Milk did my body good. That's Vicus, Texas. I never heard of that. Ryan is in Hogback, New Mexico. Duke is up the road in Dallas, Fort Worth. Funky Town in the building. We got JD in Funky Town. Man. Oh, Mike said, I just showed up. That's why you ain't seen me. Vincent Muller is in Hawaii. Yeah, man. Let it roll. Get bold. I just can't hold. Ethan is in Smith River, California. Northern Coastal. We got 10 books, 10 coloring books already. Let's get it on. Yeah, man, let's link up. I got a little time tomorrow. I don't know if you're free tomorrow. That's what I'm saying tomorrow, because I know once that week start, it's going to be on, and on again. So we maybe can link up tomorrow, maybe around about 3:30, 4 o'clock. Milk is in Victoria, Texas. Man, I know that's right, Ethan. You know, you need to get some of that and freeze it and send it to me. Ventriloquist lyricist in the great city, the great little town of Lufkin, Texas, man. Shout out to Lufkin, Texas. Massini Choice, man. Yeah, man, Phantom Face, don't be playing with us, bro. New Zealand is in the building. New Zealand again. Yeah. All right, that's it. That's all the location drops we got. This whole time I've been on here, man, I've been feeling like it's something I'm forgetting to tell y'all, but ain't nothing came to me, so I'm just gonna let it ride. I'm gonna let it ride. Yeah. You saying I came through to the 361? I know I'd have been 361. I've been Corpus Victoria, all up through there. Yeah. What do I think about doing a Wordsmith Part 2? Uh, it probably wouldn't be under that title. Cause I do so many songs kind of like that. It would kind of be in that same lane, but maybe not in that not a part 2. Bat wings, frozen bat wings imported in from Transylvania, prepared by the one and only you know who, Dollar. Sauteed bat wings. Sauteed bat wings with a side of beetlebacks. Barbecued wolf paws with porcupine sauce. You can get it with or without the quills. Yeah, Mike said don't forget to buy the new albums. Yeah, August the 7th, you can pre-order the Path of Destruction, the new album, but you can get this one right now. Right now. We have fried ferret feet. Today's special is fried ferret feet with a side order of either puppy ears or locust wings. Ventriloquist says, how do you end up doing the song with Crazy Bone? Tragic put all that together. All these features, well, except Devin, but you know, Devin, that's my homie. But Tragic put those features together. I had nothing to do. I can't take credit for those. Tragic put together. Well, X Rated hit me up on Instagram and we have a commonality, which is Tragic. Tragic's done some work for him in the past, and he was just like, man, people always saying me and you need to work together. We need to do something. And I was like, man, let's do it. I'll be honored. And so Tragic did the beat, because like I said, Tragic already had a connection with X-Rated. So, but yeah, give Tragic the credit for those, because like I say, man, those three guys, man, just incredible rappers, bro. Man. And just talk about X-Rated for a minute, man. X-Rated is so amazing, just amazing rapper, bro. It just, I think about sometimes how God just is able to deposit different styles of talent and types of talent in just different people. Countless people have so many different types of talents, man. Yeah. Dookie says you and ESG need to link. That brother's cold. Yeah, that's my brother too. Me and E have never just did a song, just me and him, but we on songs together. We got a lot of songs together. I don't say a lot, but we got a few songs that we own together. I can't remember that song. I'm gonna find y'all a song with me and ESG. It's with my homie Juan Kill. It's on Juan Kill's project. I'm gonna try to find it real quick so you can let me see. What's the name of this song? What's the name of this song? Man, I can't remember the name of the song. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me try to find it before I get out of here. Can't find it. I said I can't find it. I got to use another approach. There it is. Had to use another approach. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna put the link on here right now. Let me put this link on here for y'all. All right, there we go. There's the song. One Kill, ESG, and your big brother K-Rino. Man, you got some 1985 tracks done? Hold on, I'm gonna put this thing on my head. Man, send me them 1985s. I'm gonna see if this thing's still on my head. Send me them 1985s, dollar. I need them. I've been writing. Send me them 1985s, man. We going old school. For those who don't know, I'm doing an album called 1985. And we going back to 85. The vibe will be 80. The vibe will be all 85. Yeah. Already. All right, y'all. Jerry Rico, I see you. I see you, homie. Aggravated, Mexican and capping. Y'all go watch that Fleetwood interview on the Underground Dialogue podcast. Shout out to everybody who supported and watched the Falero interview. Much love to y'all. Mac Dre first ever fully recorded album in prison, named Back in the Hood. All right, man. I'll catch y'all later on, man. It's your big brother K-Rino. Peace in Murray's Grease.